So it's been a little bit since my last fan mail, so it started to pile up a little bit. I was out of town a couple of times, then my wife was out of town, and then currently we have a COVID situation at my house. I haven't tested positive yet, but at least 2 other family members have, and I'm assuming I will be next. So I've run a little bit behind on getting some of this done, but this will be one of probably 3 fan mails this week as I'm trying to play catch up. I don't even have enough desk space for fan mail that's coming. As I'm trying to just put it down in front of me, it's all falling over because I have a second stack right over here of even more fan mail. So, alrighty, let's get started trying to sort through all of this. Before we get started, thank you guys so much. It's overwhelming. That's actually why it's been so long. It's overwhelming how generous, kind people have been writing letters, sending things, and I believe this will be movie posters. It's been so long I even misplaced my usual box cutter, so I'm using a steak knife, which probably means I will shred my leg in the process. Look at this. So, a little note from Marcus, thanking me for putting out great content. Well, first off, we got this very cool poster for Tremors. If you haven't seen Tremors, go see Tremors. It's a great little monster movie about creatures in the ground, starring Kevin Bacon. The first one is really, really good. We got Jackass Forever. I'm gonna just have to back up. Jackass Forever, Avengers Endgame. Oh, that's It Chapter 2. I haven't seen that poster for it before. Venom, Onward, Ready Player One, and what's a fun Deadpool poster right there with Mr. Deadpool riding on an animal. Full-size poster for the original Guardians of the Galaxy. Wow. Then full-size Vulture poster. Oh, we got a Batman mid-size poster. And then final one on here. It's like an Iron Man poster. It's like just a bunch of images of Iron Man making a larger picture of Iron Man. Very cool, Marcus. That is awesome. This is where I run into the problem of not having enough space on my walls at my house for all the cool posters. But that is very, very, very cool. Next up, we've got doesn't appear we have a note, but we have a package, and it is a Blu-ray of Duel, one of the very early Steven Spielberg movies, and a Steven Spielberg movie I have never seen. So this is one that I guess it's his very first film, and it's in my he's my favorite director of all time, but he's also been making movies for 50 years, so sometimes you miss something in the process. So Duel is one of those movies that thus far I have missed from him. And one of these days, I'm sure I'll do a ranking of all of his movies, but it's a tough video to do because he has been making movies since what year did this one come out? The text is too small, I can't tell. But it's right at 50 years. We're 71. So we are at 51 years he's been making movies. 51 years. That's a lot of movies to have to watch in a short period of time to be able to do that video. So someday it'll happen. Very cool. I got a new Spielberg movie can check out. We have the movie Frequency from Charlie Bushman. Love your channel. Hope you enjoy the movie. I can tell you right now, my wife loves this movie. She loves the movie Frequency. And so we've seen it many times. It's been a little while since we watched it. So, and now we have kids, we could probably watch it with them. But this is one of those movies whenever we first started dating, she's like, this is the movie Frequency? You gotta watch the movie Frequency. So I'm pretty sure she introduced me to Frequency, and we've watched it a number of times ever since then. But this is absolutely a movie that has shown up, been viewed in the Chandler household, and that we are a fan of. So thank you so much. In particular, my wife, I'm sure, will be very grateful for that addition. Then we've got a few packages from the prolific sender Daniel Skinner. All right, first up, we've got True Romance, the Tony Scott film from a script from Quentin Tarantino. I'll tell you right now, one of the things I've been planning on doing at some point in time, I don't have a date on it, I don't know when I'll do it, but I very frequently, like crossed my mind. There's a set of these movies out there that Quentin Tarantino wrote the script, but he didn't direct them. So I didn't put them in my Quentin Tarantino ranking. So I want to do a ranking of the other Quentin Tarantino movies, from Dusk Till Dawn, Natural Born Killers, stuff like that. And this is one little step in the way. I haven't watched that movie in a long time. Need to, because I like Tony Scott, I like Quentin Tarantino, so it's like a long lost Quentin Tarantino film. Training Day, as if the people, like, obviously it's a movie people still talk about. Actually, I think this was the movie that introduced me to Sonny Chiba too. The discussion of Sonny, I'm not sure if that's true. I don't remember the time frame of the 90s of when I heard about Sonny Chiba and the Street Fighter, but I think it tied back to that movie, at least in some sense. Training Day, the Antoine Fuqua film, obviously got some Oscar buzz and stuff for Denzel Washington playing against type. And then we have a 6-disc Blu-ray collection for the Mission Impossible films. Of course, I'm a massive fan of the Mission Impossible films, and we've got a new one coming out next year, so I will certainly be watching through those. Maybe this time around I can get the kids to watch them. I don't know if it'll work. You never know which movies the kids will kind of connect with. So I don't know if they'll be into them. Sometimes they love the stuff that we're into from our childhood, and sometimes it doesn't work. Another one from Daniel Skinner. We got a box with 3 Funkos in it. What could they be? Oh, this one is... Travel was not kind to this one. Whoa, top 2. Okay, we got... I don't want to look too much into it because I haven't watched Squid Game yet, but we got... Oh, I guess it's a set of Squid Game Funkos. I haven't seen Squid Game yet, so I don't want to spoil for me, but I'll watch it eventually. It just hasn't happened. It's just too busy. Whenever it came out, I didn't know it was going to be a big deal, and I did a trip, and I just late to the party, and I missed it. So, got some Squid Game Funkos in there. I think my kids will actually like those because they're, not that they've seen Squid Game, but kids are kids, and so they invented games, and they get wrapped up in popular culture like everything else. So, in school, Mr. Beast did it. That's actually why. Mr. Beast did a Squid Game video, so they'll probably be very excited about their existence. Alrighty, and we got one more package from the Daniel Skinner. First up, we got a 4K for Nightmare Alley, one of the best picture nominees from last year from Guillermo del Toro. We've Escape from LA, the John Carpenter follow-up to Escape from New York. I actually saw this in theaters opening weekend. They actually had I think it was an HBO behind-the-scenes stuff. I followed all the details on it. I don't remember if I'd seen Escape from New York before it came out, or if, because all that stuff, I checked it out. But this was part of my journey to getting into John Carpenter, was the release of this movie. I was like, what's that? What's this thing coming out? What's a sequel to another movie? I've seen that poster at the video store. I've seen the cassette cover at the video store, Blockbuster, for all these years. And I remember tracking the release of this movie. The movie wasn't particularly good, but I remember tracking the release of this movie when it first came out. Then we got a Blu-ray for Van Wilder, the Ryan Reynolds raunchy college comedy from about 20 years ago. It's just interesting to because of who he's become and his career, and a big part of what kicked it off was this movie called Van Wilder that's a super raunchy comedy. And then final one in here at 4K for Spiral, the latest movie in the Saw franchise from last year. I actually dug this movie. Don't own it. It's the only one of the Saw films I don't own, and so now you have completed my collection. Very cool. So that's our first part of our fan mail. There will be more coming in the near future because I'm going to just reach right over here and film a second video immediately once this video ends. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next part that I'm about to film.